Hi guys. So this is probably gonna be a short Bible study thing. I don't have a packet right now. I love those at home. Um, right now I'm trying to help my mom out at her place of work. Feeling a little bit. She had to go pick up our car. It was in a shop. We've been having bad luck with cars like the last few years for some reason. Um, the one that she had a wreck in, it was really good up till when working at my friend's car lot, worked on their SUV. He completely messed it up and it would start stalling. This is before she got in a wreck. Um, that person's no longer working there and kind of jipped my friend out too. That's a different story. So it's been kind of weird, different. So hopefully by December we can get another car. We're banking on it. We'll have you know some things paid off where we can do that. We might eventually either keep this just to ride around in. I'll just use it to ride around in, do a few videos here and there of places in Jacksonville. I still want to do that Jack's Facts Fridays or whatever I was calling it. That's going to be either in December or in January of 2024. That's what we're looking for there. So, I just got done with my workout. I was only planning on doing an hour. I did almost an hour and a half, which is good. Um, my weight's been up and down. So I'm trying to get back on the wagon, working out again, and trying to stay on top of eating. I've been helping at different places a lot, and I noticed my weight loss, trying to lose weight, has gone to the back corner, the back burner. So I'm like, no, I gotta keep doing it because got to lose this weight. Well, it was at 113 pounds I had to lose. It's less than that now, not by a whole lot, but um, I was had got down to 13 pounds. Lost 13 pounds, put some of it back on. I just lost 2 pounds in a week and a half. So I was like, I need to reduce stuff. So I had to stay on top of that, and I've just been busy. Plus we had, well, I can't say he's a family member. He's technically a step, but my mom and him have been separated since, well, 1998. They separated. He moved back in with my stepsister for 2000, and we ended up moving out. Me, my brother, her, 2001, and we had to stay in a trailer park, which I was like, I never wanted to stay in a trailer park. And where we were at, it was kind of like, it's not so much white trash, it was a lot of stuff that was going on. And the month we moved in, like that week, someone, a street behind us got murdered, and people, there was somebody, like, not directly in front of us, but next to the person in front of us, big time drug dealer, and had threatened a lot of stuff to even to us, and we didn't do nothing. He was really out of his mind. He got arrested and all, but it was that kind of situation. It was crazy. But I know my mom had to do what she had to do because the situation was bad with my brother's dad. But we had to put him in a hospital. We're in the middle of trying to get him into it's not hospice care, but assisted living because he can't stay on his own. So I know we're gonna be busy, this week, next, probably. I know Saturday we got a wedding to go to. And a friend from church is getting married, and they're wanting to do an outreach afterwards. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I signed up to help do an outreach because we're having a concert revival coming up. So like, I can do it Thursday, but Saturday after a wedding, I won't have to duck on out. We're having to clean his apartment. For one person, it's just, he's got a 2 bedroom, and it's like that. I want to say stat full, but it's smacked full. So I had to work this past Saturday, so my mom had to go get my cousin and her boyfriend, go over there and do stuff. And it's going to take another day, day and a half, something like that, to get the rest of it cleaned up, organized. It was a bad situation. He is a prior alcoholic. He's schizophrenic. He's the doctors even saying it's possible um, that he's going into dementia and or Alzheimer's. I know one thing leads into another, but sometimes it doesn't always. Is from what I'm gathering. I know my aunt had Alzheimer's, and she wouldn't remember us, but she remembered my mom. But her short term wasn't very good. Her memory, and she was one of those that she was able to take care of herself as far as clean herself up, put new clean clothes on, and she wouldn't pee on herself or anything like that. It was just something she couldn't remember, and she assumed just because her daughter, my cousin Betty Jean, she died 2 years ago. I think I talked about her some on one of my videos. Um, but her daughter used to work at the convenience store right down the road. It was like two houses. There was a convenience store on the main street, and when you take that corner, her house was on the third one, so she could just like literally walk there. So my aunt Leslie used to walk down there because her daughter Betty Jean worked there, and she thought she owned the store, and she would take off the candy. And when she died, they found a whole bunch of candy bars, or not the candy bars, but the wrappers. So yeah, that was a mess. So I'm used to that. The lady we helped sit for, she's got dementia, and it's like so much different than what I had to deal with when I was a kid. Um, so Aunt Leslie used to even walk off from us. We had to keep a close eye on her, like watch her like a hawk. So anyway, I think I'm gonna do a video about that sometime. I might do one a little bit. So I want to talk a little bit more about my exercise and then get into the quick Bible study. Oh gosh, I feel so much better right now, and I've had my shower and all. I can tell I'm like toning up a little bit too. I have this one dress I got 2 years ago. Okay, I was at 253. Like I'm having room right here. I don't know if you can tell. And got room back here now, and I can stick my stomach out a bit more, and you can't see, and it looks fine. Or two. Oh shoot, maybe I sat too close. I didn't break another, but yeah, I've noticed a little bit, yeah, difference there. Like I feel like I'm toning up more than anything. So y'all probably gonna laugh. I do some of the sweating, the oldies, Roger Simmons, and I found out that he did a few silver sneakers videos for the older people, and those, like I was sweating even to that, and I got a good workout. And right now it's like physically, it's hard for me to do certain things. I do have what is called hypotonia. It's a rare muscle thing. Even like I've taught the doctors at the past growing up, and like some of them haven't heard of it. We had one doctor that was studying it and learned a lot. So the best way I can describe it, you can look it up at WebMD. It's not hyper, it's hypo or hypo. Tonia, it's a muscle disorder. It's the best way I can describe it. It's a lot like muscle dystrophy. There's a lot of things I cannot open, hold, handle. I drop a lot of stuff. I don't have good grasp on my hands. So, and it affects my bladder even. I find that I'm a lot like the ladies that are pregnant or had a bunch of kids or kids. You know how they had to pee all the time? That is me. Like, I cannot hold it in like that. And I was telling one of my friends, I'm like, oh gosh, I feel bad. I feel like I shouldn't have an excuse, but I do. But I was like, I have the same issues you're having. It's like, although don't have kids, but you know, I told them just a little bit about it. But there's a fatal and non-fatal. I had the non-fatal. I mean, there's some things that have stayed the same. There's some things that have gotten worse since I've gotten older. Now, I've been diagnosed with this since I was like 4-ish. Well, that's when I started testing me. Um, I had my pre-K teacher notice some things because she's used to working with kids, especially with, some of them had disabilities. So she knew what to look for. Like, she told my mom, was like, yeah, I know she does, holds her pens like this or pencils and do this and that. And she said, I don't have time picking up stuff. And for a little bit, they were doing physical therapy, but I haven't had that in God only knows when. Um, we stopped doing that when I was like 5, 6, I think. I don't know if it had to do with insurance or what, or change of doctors. Now, like, I can get disability for that, and I'm on it for that. Well, that's one thing I'm on for. But it's just like there's a lot I'm limited to, and like I still want to do a video about like my old job when I was working in the cafeteria. Um, I loved working with the kids. Um, my favorite was like the high schoolers because like as I got older, I was like, man, I just want to be in and out. I like doing the breakfast stuff because I like getting. I'm not much of a morning person, but I like the hours I can get up, do the breakfast. And yeah, I still interacted with the kids. I don't have a problem with that. But there's some. My main thing was my supervisor. I just wanted to get out of her way and just be gone. Like by the time she come in, and because it seemed like she lived at the school I was at, you know. And she wasn't like that with any other school I had worked at that she was under. You know, I think she was keeping a close eye on the not super, the managers because we kept changing the managers. I was like, dang, don't you ever leave? Don't you ever? Because we kind of wondered if she ever slept because she would call people at 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, would you go to work? Could you do this? I need that done. And this. And one of our managers even asked that, like, don't you ever sleep? So that's a different story. But she wanted me. The reason why I quit, or the main reason, was because of her and the stuff that she wanted me to do, knowing that I physically could not do those things. And she was supposed to work with me and trying to get a hold of. I even went to HR, told her a little bit about it, everything, but it seemed like nothing got done with that. And it was how she was treating someone that had cerebral palsy, and she was calling them names and asking if they were stupid and all kinds of stuff. It was just really, it made everybody upset in that kitchen. People called, like I went home and said something to him. When I got home, I talked to my mom. I'm like, should I call in on her, or what should I do? Like we ended up calling HR on her for that, and I think some other people did too, from what some of my coworkers had told me, and which wasn't right. I mean, the girl ended up quitting, and it just had her tears and crying, and she in the middle of trying to get her Social Security disability. She was trying to work 2 jobs in the meantime, trying to make ends meet, trying to help her dad that was not in good health. And well, yeah, thank God she's out. She's got a better job. I think she ended up getting her disability anyways. So she's working part time and she's married now. She's got a really good husband that he was like, you don't have to work or anything like that if you don't want to. So that's good, but it was a lot of that going on and trying to get corporate. They gave you the runaround, and it was like after that, like trying to work things out and try to see what could be done or resolved. You can get nothing resolved. You can even get the bosses, like the main head person, and I was like, why do I want to work at a place like that? If they went back to Duval County School Board or back to Airmark or someone that's a lot better, I would reconsider about going. I might go to Clay County because where I'm at. I'm on the west side, and Orange Park is just the next exit over or 2 exits over. I can go to one of their schools and get paid better. I know a manager at one of the schools that can give me a good reference, and I know a teacher that works in Clay County. So both of them said they will be more than willing to give me a good reference and get me hired on. And they said it's a lot better pay and better situation they would work. I'm hoping that there'll be an opening at where there's a manager at the school and cafeteria. So I mean, I know she'll look out for me. You know, I don't expect favoritism or anything like that just because I know this person for almost 20 years. It's like 15, 16, about 17 years. So I just need somebody that be willing to work with me. Oops. Oh, I hope y'all didn't hear that. Sorry. If you didn't hear it, then never mind. Always working out makes me gassy for whatever reason. So do certain fruits. Anyways, so I just need somebody that is willing to work with me, and it's bad because like with Chartwell's in particular with our supervisor, she was running off the hard working ones, the older ones and the disabled ones. I've noticed work more and better than the ones that can physically able to do the stuff that you want them to do. I've even had doctors note, even after I've been in a hospital for a week, because I had other stuff that popped up, and I had stomach issues, and it required surgery, or I was really close to that. And I told them I could not lift over 20 pounds, or even 20 pounds. And I was there for I came back for 3 days, and after that, the next week, it was like, I got called and told that, oh, they don't have light duty stuff. I'm like, yes, y'all do. What's serving line? What's it called when you cashier? That's light duty. I was like, all I need is somebody to pick up the stuff. I can probably pull the stuff down, but I'm having to do 3 coolers high, 20 pounds each, roughly, on a cart. And you have to lift that cart up to go outside to get over the little hump, a little metal piece. And she was getting mad because I was taking stuff out of the boxes and put them on the cart. She was getting mad because I wasn't taking the whole case out and putting it on the cart, then opening it up when I got to the thing. I was like, why should that matter? As long as I'm going to be taken out, I'm doing what I can to help myself out, or I'm not hurting myself. I'm not having to put myself back in the hospital. I was like, what's the difference? It's getting done either way. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to help myself, and it's quicker to do it this way than what you want me to do. So she didn't like that. And I'm like, I'm trying to help myself. You shouldn't be all mad about this. And I really think stuff that she was doing to me, I think she was trying to get me out. I'm like, look, I'm not going to leave because you want me to. If I'm going to leave, it's because I know myself I can't physically do this job anymore. But I know by the time I left in 2021 that because I left after the school started that fall, and they took half of her schools away from her that she was over. I was like, yep, they're probably getting ready to get her out the door too. I was like, they need to do something. I'll pray for her, but I do not like how she was doing people, and you can't do that stuff if you can get away with it. So anyways, if over. So yeah, I'm having to do a lot that with private sitting. It does wear me out some, but at least I'm not having to do nothing strenuous and nothing that hurt myself. And if she falls out of her chair, I can either go across the street or find his number to the neighbor across the street, have him come help her pick her up, or I can call 911 and tell him what's going on. They have a specific certain phrase you have to say or whatever, and the fire department is right down the street. It's like around the block, literally. So I can ask for anything else. Her kids, like, they don't want us, her own self. Like, look, if you have to call 911 or get the person across the street, by all means, do it. Don't try to hurt yourself trying to get her up. You know, I want to take care of y'all. um, so they're concerned about that, which says a lot. And so I'm gonna do this as much as I can. Um, she just turned 95. I'm hoping she at least make it to 100, but she seems to be going down some health wise. And the way she acts, she don't want to eat as much. For some reason, she don't like my cooking. I guess because I'm younger. Certain things she'll do, or she'll have me do, like she wants me to tuck her in and stuff like that. Well, I don't know if it's because I'm younger and I look younger than what I really am. That she probably thinks I can't cook or whatever. But at least give her some snacks. And I'd rather her eat something than nothing at all, even if it's a snack. She'll eat for my mom. She'll eat for this other lady that's, I think in her 50s, 60s, near it. She'll do it for her kids because they make her do it. She can't get away with stuff like she can with me. I have to get on to her like a child sometimes, but I don't ever slap her or anything like that. Or slap, which she slapped me in the hand for making her put soap in it, wash her hands with soap. It's like, Miss Bay, well, I can't say her name. I was like, that's so mean. That's rude. You don't hit people. She's like, well, that's what you get for getting in people's business. I was like, I wouldn't even get in your business. I was trying to give you soap to wash your hands. But some things like that just makes me laugh, and it just, okay, whatever. I was like, it don't make sense, but you go for it. But shoot, this is about to be a 30-minute video. It's already at 22 minutes. Oh, okay. So what I was going to do, I'll probably do another separate video for Bible study. So it's going to be going through this, the 12 disciples, or it's Rose publication or publishing. You can find it on Amazon, and you can find it in any Christian bookstores. I know there's not many out there now. I miss Lifeway so much because it was better, organized, or clean, smelled good. The one we got, Christian Paxson. I'm trying to be careful what I say about things, but it's too crowded, too small, musky. That's all I'm gonna say. We can do better. So they had some stuff like this at the Paxton Christian bookstore, but they didn't have the exact one I wanted, so I ended up having to go. This cost me about $10 to get. That was paying for this and the shipping. I got Prime now, Amazon Prime. I got it half off. I got Prime, Amazon Prime now, because I have been trying to get stuff for like different birthday gifts and all. Mother's Day, and had a lot of amount that I was able to spend for my birthday and stuff that I was really needing and wanting. So this is one of the things I wanted to get, and we were doing the Sunday school called The Other Disciples. So in the back, I need someone to cover the part, which they have a section in the back like this. I don't know how much y'all can see. And we did a good bit of this list. I think they cut it short because supposedly there was people that were excited about it in the beginning that weren't so excited. I mean, there's several of us that were excited about it still near the end of the study. But what I found it hard, it was like, not just me, but it was several other ones that were so busy that it was really hard for us to actually sit down and do a full study on each person each week. I did good for the most part, but there was some that, like, I got as far as reading the scripture about them. I was like, I couldn't keep up, and it's just, I'm more busy now than what I was when I was working for a school. I don't know how that happened, but it's just how it's happened. Um, so I'm having to tell my mom, was like, hey, I don't mind helping you, but I just need time, like my days off, that I need to really focus on other stuff. You know, yes, I need to have that Bible study time. I need that prayer time, and I need to do other stuff around the house. I'm not going to go there in details, but it's just, I'm getting used a lot in one area, and I need to do stuff in other areas too. And it's just, that's a whole nother story in itself. So I want to do that next. Do another video, I guess. So this ain't going to be a forever video. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Looking the same, just differently.